Welcome to CurrencyCast. What accounts for the endless stream of FX-related headwinds at UK companies? Did treasurers succumb to the self-defeating and misleading narrative of the British peso that took hold after the crash in the British pound in September 2022? Welcome to CurrencyCast. My name is Agustin McKinley. I'm the Senior Financial Writer at Cantox and your host. In this episode, we disentangle the devastating effects of the British peso narrative, and we provide treasurers with some guidelines to avoid such setbacks going forward. Every day, it would seem, brings news about FX-related headwinds at British companies. Here's a list by no means exhaustive of some of the recent casualties: JDS Sports, Burberry, 3i Group, Johnson Matthey's, and Oxford Instruments. We're talking hundreds of millions in revenue shortfall on account of the strong British pound in 2023 and 2024. Some obvious questions arise. What went wrong? And what can treasurers do about it? Here's my hypothesis. Surely you remember the crash in cable and the British pound in general in September 2022 during the ill-fated premiership of Liz Truss. Shortly thereafter, a narrative, a self-defeating and misleading narrative, took hold of the public. The British pound was going the way of the peso. The reference to the peso is quite obviously a reference to some of those Latin American currencies like the Argentinian peso that went down almost to zero. So there you have it. Many UK treasurers took the fateful decision not to hedge their dollar and euro denominated exposure on the revenue side. Why hedge or why buy the British pound if it's going the way of the peso? You will also note that in some of the recent earnings reports, those FX headwinds are expected to continue well into 2025. So what can CFOs, treasurers, and FX risk managers in general do about it? When considering an individual currency, maybe the first thing to do is to go to those country risk reports and take a look at grades in terms of judicial independence and the independence of the central bank. In the case of the British pound, well, the grades might not be as good as they are for some of those Nordic countries or Switzerland, but still, the UK does a pretty good job at that. Number two, do not engage in unsystematic hedging. Unsystematic hedging is characterized by volatile hedge ratios and by trying an attempt to beat the market. Number three, assess the investments required to turn FX risk management into a tool that enhances the value of the firm. And number four, systematically hedge your FX denominated cash flows by means of automated hedging programs or combinations of hedging programs that will take into account your pricing parameters. Do you update prices frequently? Or do you keep prices steady for an individual campaign or budget period and have the ability to reprice at the onset of a new campaign or budget period? Or finally, do you keep prices steady for a number of budget periods linked together over time? That is the crucial consideration, and that will allow you to find a combination of hedging programs that will allow you to hedge systematically all your cash flow exposure.